Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the April 27th Madison City Council meeting. At this time, I would like to ask Pastor Troy Godwin of Madison Bible Church to please come forward and lead us in the invocation, and afterwards we will say the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Thank you for this opportunity to be with you and pray for this council. Let us pray. Father, we are grateful for the grace, the love, the protection that you afford our community. We ask that you be with these individuals tonight, these men and women. Give them insight, wisdom, and guidance in the decisions that they are making for our community. Bless them and bless their families, and guide them as they guide this community, that one that honors you in all that we do. We ask all this in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Pastor. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. May I have the roll call, please?
Mayor Bartlett.
Here.
Council President Robleski.
Here.
Councilmember Beer.
Here.
Councilmember Goodson.
Here.
Councilmember McCay.
Here.
Councilmember Lesman.
Here.
Councilmember White.
Here.
Councilmember Jackson.
Here.
Thank you. We are all here and we have a quorum. Are there any amendments to the agenda?
There are no amendments.
Thank you. Next up is the approval of minutes.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion from Mr. Jackson and a second from Mrs. White. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, may I have the vote, please?
Councilmember Jackson.
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
Council President Robleski.
Aye.
Councilmember Beer.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson.
Aye.
Councilmember McCay.
Aye.
Councilmember Lesman.
Aye. Thank you. The minutes are accepted as written. We do have 3 presentations this evening, and we will begin with a presentation by Mayor Bartlett to Mr. Kevin Huckabee. Dr. Cook was not able to be here, but this was with regard to the Legacy of Hope organization in honor of Donate Life Month. Thank you, Mr. Huckabee, for being here.
Bring this around so everyone can see you and hear a few words. Let me share a little bit of our proclamation. Whereas by becoming an organ, eye, and tissue donor, one individual can save and heal the lives of more than 75 people. And whereas during National Donate Life Month, we honor the compassion and generosity of registered donors, donor families, and living donors, and recognize the commitment of medical professionals, researchers, innovators, champions, and national partners who work tirelessly to save and heal lives through donation and transplantation. And whereas more than 100,000 Americans and 1,200 Alabamians are currently on the national transplant waiting list, I, Renee Bartlett, Mayor of the City of Madison, Alabama, do hereby proclaim the month of April 2026 as Donate Life Month.
So first off, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council, for having me here. It's an honor to be here to speak to you. I'll make this brief. I know there's a lot going on. One reason I do this is not only to bring awareness to organ donation, but to tell you that just over 6 years ago, I'm here today because of an organ donor. I actually had to have a double lung transplant. I was given 3 months to live, and I had someone out of Goodson, Alabama that was signed up to be an organ donor that tragically fell and suffered a brain bleed. And I was in Nashville, and I got that call, and I spent 2 weeks in the hospital after transplant, and my life has been absolutely wonderful. So I know it's not something we talk about around the dinner table, but please, if you have not signed up to be an organ donor, I encourage you to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Huckabee. Thank you, Mr. Huckabee. At this time, we would like to have the presentation of the proclamation by Mayor Bartlett, designating May 3rd to 9th as National Small Business Week in the City of Madison, to Michelle Epling, President of the Madison Chamber of Commerce. Good evening, Ms. Epling. And I believe some of her board are coming up as well.
Okay, thank you. And let me share a little bit about tonight's proclamation. Whereas the entrepreneurial spirit is a defining quality of the City of Madison, which time and again has lifted us to new heights and carried us through our greatest challenges. And whereas small businesses are not only the engines of our economic progress, they are the heart and soul of our communities. And whereas in the North Alabama area, which includes the city of Madison, there are 9,924 establishments with less than 500 employees, 93.2% of those have less than 50 employees. And whereas those businesses with less than 50 employees employ 9,285 of our residents. Now therefore, I, Renee Bartlett, Mayor of the City of Madison, Alabama, do hereby proclaim the week of May 3rd through 9th, 2026 as National Small Business Week. Michelle, would you like to say a few words?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you, Council, for your, making a National Small Business Week next week, such an important moment for the city of Madison. We have Deanna, who owns Madison Favorite Things, a wonderful store in historic Main Street, Madison, here representing us tonight, along with Kathy Mann, another small business owner. And the mission of the Madison Chamber of Commerce is to celebrate, inspire, and connect Madison each and every day. And so we are so honored to celebrate our small business owners, help educate them, provide them networking opportunities, and continue to celebrate Madison alongside council and mayor each and every day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Epling and Mayor. At this time, I would like to invite Chief Gandy to come forward for a promotion ceremony for Sergeant Brad Meisner.
All right, folks, thanks for coming. One of the most difficult decisions I have to make as chief of police is deciding who to promote every time we have a promotion cycle, because I have a lot of good, very qualified people within that cycle. I'm proud to say that with Brad Meisner here, this was not a difficult choice at all. Brad graduated from the Selma Police Academy in April 2009, and he brings over 17 years of law enforcement experience to our department. Brad saw the light back in March of 2024 and came to Madison as a lateral police officer from the Ozark Police Department, where there he had actually risen to the rank of lieutenant. During his career, he's worked in numerous divisions such as patrol, investigations, narcotics, as well as other specialized units to include traffic homicide investigations and SWAT. Brad currently served as a field training officer, a crisis intervention officer, and as a member of the awards committee for the Madison Police Department. Outside of work, Brad enjoys spending time with his wife of 13 years, Christina, and their 3 children, his son Jace, and you're not seeing double here, his twins, Olivia and Ensley. On the weekends, you'll be sure to find them on the ball field, and of course, during the best time of year, rooting for his favorite team, which is none other than, where's Assistant Chief Allen? None other than the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Christina, if you would come on over and pin him.
I told him I was going to stab him, but I'll take it easy on him today.
Go ahead and join me in welcoming our newest sergeant, Brad Meisner.
Thank
Chief,
you
it
so
looks like
much,
you brought a
Chief.
few friends.
Thank you so much, Chief, and congratulations again, Sergeant. Thank you. At this time, we will open up public comments. I do have one person who has filled out a card ahead of time, and I would then like to invite Monroe Darrell to please come up and begin your public comments.
Might need to move the mic
Oh,
back.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Darrell. Yeah, if you could pull it toward, there you go. Thank you, sir. My apologies.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Firstly, I'd just like to say life is short, and you got to have a sense of humor. You agree?
Yes, sir.
So I'd like to share a little story with you. Where I had done some traveling, and in my travels, I ended up in Japan. And I said to the waiter, I said, waiter, in my travels, I've come across all kind of Jews, English Jews, American Jews, Italian Jews. Are there any Japanese Jews? So he says, 1 minute, I go ask chef. He come back, says, chef, there ain't no Japanese juice, only V8 juice, tomato juice, and orange juice. That went over your head?
No, I'm with you.
No offense to the Jews. However, good evening, City Council Board. My name is Monroe Darrell. I'm accompanied by Ms. Jacqueline Newman, both of whom we reside at 106 West Dublin Apartments. The landlord is the Volunteers of America. The representatives there are Benita Jones and Tanisha Kimball. Our district representative is Billy Goodson. Our purpose of attending tonight is to shed light on issues of grave concern in which necessitated formulating a residential committee. 24 residents chose and elected a committee. We shared our concerns with management and requested a meeting with the powers that be. The old manager has been replaced, and they've installed a new manager. Our cry to our representative moving forward, and with the assistance of the council, we have elderly seniors at our location, of whom, when there's an emergency, a fire of some sort, according to management, everyone is to evacuate. And as a committee, we have a concern as to, under the auspices of being your brother's keeper, why would we be so desperate to get out when we have elders who are challenged with COPD, wheelchair, and we also have two elderlies in their 90s. So what I've done, I've spoken to Fire Marshal Dave Pickens, who will oversee a fire drill where we slated for Monday, the 4th of May. And I'm really looking so forward to it because prevention is better than cure. So,
Mr. Darrell, I'm sorry, you're out of time.
my 3 minutes is up?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, let me just close by saying, moving forward, we are very appreciative and thankful for the board, and we look forward to change in the future.
Yes, sir. And if you want to leave your notes with Mrs. Thomas, she can share those, and it won't be a part of the official record, but we'll be able to read the rest of your comments.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Is there anyone else at this time that would like to address council? And just a reminder, you have 3 minutes. Yes, sir. I was just going to say, if you could say your name and your district, and if you're not sure what your district is, what area of Madison you live in.
Skyline Acres,
Okay, perfect. That's,
203. My
you
name is
don't-
Axel
that-
Hein.
That's enough. And then if you could tell us your name, please, sir.
Axel Hein, H-E-I-N.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hine.
Have just a couple of short statements. The B&B issue is going ridiculous. There's no controlling B&Bs, short-term stay. City of Madison's losing revenue. They're not controlled like motels, hotels, where there are short-term stays. I have 2 on my street. No one let us know. And in one of the older subdivisions, I'm 79. So there are people that are as old and older. And about 3 weeks ago, there was a party. And the B&B was rented specifically for a party. We had people running up and down Skyline Road till 2 o'clock in the morning, screaming. I could have gone outside and gotten high just off the smoke on the street, but I decided, nah, I won't do that. But there's no control. The city of Madison is losing tax dollars. A lot of the short-term rentals are used for parties. You're going to see that when graduation time comes around. Parents don't want the graduation party at their house. So what do? Motels won't let them have it anymore. So they go into a neighborhood and rent a B&B. And it was unbelievable. The noise, the smoke, and these are people we don't know that are coming. They were smart. They were parking down at the church, which is about 3/4 of a block right off Slaughter Road, after the red light on the left side. And they were running back and forth to their cars and doing what young people will do. Well, I don't like to be awakened at 2 o'clock in the morning. I haven't made it this far without some sleep. And, you know, it's just ridiculous to have a quasi-motel in a residential district. There are a couple of other businesses there. One's a barber shop, which Skyline Road has 3 different jurisdictions: Madison, Huntsville, and Madison County. That was done when people were moving to Madison so they could go to the schools in Madison, because their schools weren't good enough for them there. So they paid the outrageous residential prices to move to Madison so their kids could go to school there. Well, that's gone too far. I mean, you've got a street with 3 different jurisdictions. You call 911, it's like a poker game. You know, you don't know who's going to show up and when they're going to show up. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hine. Is there anyone else that would like to address council? Seeing none, we will close public comments and move into our consent agenda and Finance Committee report. Mr. Beer.
Thank you. The Finance Committee did meet this afternoon, and we continued our department updates. So we've been going through each one of the departments, just learning a little bit more about their budget, how it's used, and then as we hit our mid-year budget review, which is coming up in the coming weeks, we'll be better prepared as a Finance Committee. So I appreciate all the department heads taking time to go through that and getting us newbies up to speed. As I mentioned, the mid-year budget review is coming up, so we'll have a further report on that. Then our next Finance Committee meeting in May, we're going to go over the full audit report. So that is out, but the auditors weren't able to meet yet, so we'll do that in May. All right, so on our consent agenda, we've got an approval of a right-of-way mowing contract with Tidewater and Landscape. We have an acceptance of a donation of $2,000 to be deposited in the Madison Police Department donations account. We also have a deposit from MBA for $22,442 that will go for some of the field supplies and chalk and whatnot. And then we finally have an acceptance of a grant from the Madison Visionary Partners Meta in the amount of $19,400 for installation of Wi-Fi in downtown Madison. So with that, I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I have a motion for Mr. Beer and a second for Mr. Goodson, just because I was looking this way. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, may I have the vote, please?
Councilmember Beer.
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson.
Aye.
Council President Robleski.
Aye.
Councilmember McCay.
Aye.
Councilmember Lesman.
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson.
Aye.
Thank you. The consent agenda and Finance Committee report are accepted as written. And now we'll move into presentation reports, and we'll begin with Mayor Bartlett.
Thank you. I apologize that I was not with you all at the last regularly scheduled meeting. I was in Colorado Springs for the Space Symposium, as well as a reception at General Whiting's home. And General Whiting presented Mayor Battle and I with a framed Space Command flag that they are delivering, I think, this week. And so you may be seeing that delivery and that being in our office. I will have a number of thank yous. First, with regard to the SEC announcement that was last week, I want to thank the school system for allowing our softball teams to be in attendance and in uniform. We did surprise them. We told them we were taking a picture of a poster of the teams at Toyota Field, and when they arrived, they heard the exciting news. And so thank you to the school system for letting them attend this very special announcement. I attended the D.C. trip with the Huntsville-Madison County Chamber alongside Councilmember Lesman. We had a lot of productive meetings. We got to hear from not only our own delegation, but the Speaker of the House also addressed us, and the Majority Leader, along with other representatives. And so that was a very good trip that we were able to take. We talked about our needs. Later, I met with our government affairs officer, along with a number of our elected officials, talking to them about the many needs that Madison has, including roads and infrastructure and public safety. And so that was time well spent. I want to thank everyone involved at City Hall in setting up Take Your Child to Work Day last week. That was very well attended. I think the kids really enjoyed it, and they got to tour a lot of different departments that day. I also want to thank everyone who rescheduled and showed up for the Madison Cleanup Day this weekend. We had a great attendance, and I know Councilmember Jackson's probably going to talk about that as well on his side of town. I took a group with the Mad City Rotary cleaning up Gillespie, and we had a very productive day. This week, a number of us are going to be attending the ALM annual meeting and the Big Ten Mayor's meeting in Montgomery. And Saturday, I am going to Tuscaloosa to attend my son's graduation from the University of Alabama. Roll Tide. That's all.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Mr. Beer.
No new business.
Alrighty, Mr. Goodson.
So just a couple of things. This Thursday night, the 30th of April, from 5 to 7, there's going to be a collaboration between Madison City Schools and Main Street Madison called Math on Main. It's a fun, family-friendly night in downtown Madison with math-themed activities, food trucks, and fun. And you had me at food trucks. And then on the 16th of May, there is going to be a Taste of Main Street block party from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's a free family-friendly event with live music and fun and activities for the kids. And there's also going to be an optional Taste of Downtown that you can get a ticket for. $30 will get you food from the 5 different food samples from Old Black Bear, Zanata's, Main Street Cafe, Vine and Oak, and Lanier Tea House. And just in closing, it was really exciting to be able to be downtown on Saturday leading a tour that the Madison County Huntsville Convention and Visitors Bureau, and I will always mess that up. I don't know how you put that on a shirt, but they hosted 2 tours at the end of April. They did 2 downtown in Huntsville, 2 downtown here. I was privileged to get to do the second one and just see the amount of stuff that is going on in downtown Madison on a Saturday. We moved here in 2016. It was kind of sleepy downtown on a Saturday. But the school system, they had CEO activities going on down there in the alleyway that were just phenomenal to listen to those kids describe their businesses and stuff. It just shows you that entrepreneurship and things are just alive and well in Madison. And we've got kids that will just blow you away with their ability to present. And just all day, all afternoon, people were walking up and down the street. It's a new vibe downtown, and it's really exciting to be down there.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Goodson. Mr. McCay?
No reports tonight.
Thank you. Mrs. Lesman?
Yes, I'm not going to repeat some of this stuff, but yeah, I agree with Billy. There's a lot of stuff going on downtown, and it was great. I got to stop by this past weekend. I did want to mention and thank everyone who applied for Board of Education. We did interviews last week, and I was blown away. And I just want to thank everyone who was willing to serve everybody that, I just can't thank you enough. And, you know, I did not make it my first time, but it put my name out there so that the city knows. If, you know, I just want to put that out there in case, because there was some first applicants there. And anyway, I just really appreciate that. I also wanted to mention Mayor Bartlett and I got to attend the AUSA Military Spouse Appreciation Dinner at the Summit at Redstone. We have so many military families here, and just, you know, finally we wanted to recognize the spouses and the families who really support and make that soldier who they are and successful. I also was able to attend RE/MAX Unlimited new Madison location on Madison Boulevard, and it was off of that, and it was completely packed. There was no parking spots. I was glad to be able to make it there, and I'm just thankful that they chose Madison. They also was celebrating their 5-year anniversary, so this was like a second location. And then this morning, we got to do the ribbon cutting at the Madison Meeting Hall. So that is up and ready. It looks great. And I think there was an email maybe sent out about it where you can rent a room there. So upcoming events, May 8th is Ask Your City from 11 to 1. It's going to be at the community center. We're going to have the engineer department. This is Madison City, so this is your time to come and meet with them. It'll be the engineer department, code enforcement, and public works. Correct me if I'm wrong, and planning. So those are, I know I get a lot of questions about that, so if you want to hear it from the horse's mouth or whatever, you know, they're going to be right there. So May 8th, 11 to 1 at the community center. There is a location change, so if you do a Google search and it originally was at City Hall, make sure you know where to go. And then May 11th, we have the State of the City Address Breakfast at the Jackson Center. You can find tickets for that on the Madison Chamber website, and we're going to have our own Mayor Bartlett speak for the first time to all of us and let us know the state of the city. And that is all I have. Thanks.
Thank you, Mrs. Lesman. Mrs. White?
Yes, I just have 2 quick items tonight. First, I just wanted to remind everyone that the Mayor's Youth Council, the last day to apply is April 30th. So if you know any youth who is interested in applying, please make sure you encourage them to get their applications in by April 30th. That's just a few short days away. And also, I have upcoming office hours. It'll be the first time that I'm holding them on May 7th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It'll be held at the Madison Senior Center. So if you'd like to come speak in person, any District 6 priorities or anyone, just come on and let's talk.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mrs. White. Mr. Jackson?
Yes, so I'd like to second a couple things that Mayor Bartlett mentioned. Clean Up Madison on, the Spring Cleanup Day on Sunday, sadly due to the weather on Saturday morning, went very well. We had about 6 people on Zert Road that cleaned up, and over a dozen on Hardeman and Bergreen. So glad to see those areas freshened up a little bit. And then secondly, take your kid to work day was a blast. My daughter and I had a lot of fun. We really enjoyed watching the engineering had us build little crafts for eggs to drop off the fire truck, so that was fun to watch. That's all.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. A lot of my thunder has been taken here. I just wanted to mention 2 things. Dennison's Strawberry Red House is back. They got back here last week. We're on our 2nd quart. They said it's going to be the best year ever for sweet strawberries. They had the perfect weather. And then the other thing is I wanted to mention, somebody had asked, when is Madison Utilities meeting? And Madison Utilities meets the 1st and 3rd Monday at 7 a.m. We're not going to meet May 4th because several of the employees are going to be out of town, but our next meeting will be May 18th at 7 a.m. Public is welcome. And that was all I had on presentation and reports. Thank you all for a wonderful update on what's going on in our city. We do have one board committee appointment, and it's appointment to place 3 of the Madison City Board of Education. And at this time, I would like to nominate Teresa Tess Hallbrooks to that seat, place 3, for her first full 5-year term. And at this time, I have to ask if there are any other nominations. And seeing none, we will accept Mrs. Hallbrooks for 5 more years of service to our Madison City Schools, and she's here tonight. And we just want to thank you for your past 6 months and a few months ahead that you have. Thank you so much, and thank you to the board members that are here to support her as well. We have a wonderful partnership with our Board of Education, and so appreciate your engagement and your commitment to our students, the parents, and the teachers. Thank you all. We do have... I would invite you if you'd like to come and say a few words, but I am Benny. Would you like to? Sure, all right, great, wonderful. Thank you for doing this, Tess, and feel free to turn around and face the audience if you would like. Thank you so much.
I will do both facing. Thank you guys for the opportunity to volunteer. I said in my interview, and I'll say it to this larger group, this is the most humbling volunteer position I've ever had. I'm so impressed with everything everyone who works for our school system does each and every day for our students. And just thank you for everything you're doing for our city, because I know there's a lot of hours and you guys have hit the ground running since November and are doing a great job. So thank you for this opportunity to serve the city.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your commitment and your time that you're going to be giving to our students. Thank you. At this time, we do have one public hearing. Good evening.
She's here, she's talking about.
Good evening. The Revenue Department has one public hearing for your consideration this evening. I have resolution number 2026-157-R. This is a request from Southern Catfish and Creole Cuisine for a restaurant retail liquor license for their location at 234 Lime Quarry Road. The request is being made as the business is new to the city of Madison and is preparing to open at the former Little Libby's Catfish.
Thank you. At this time, we will open the public hearing and see if anyone is here that they would like to address this issue. They'll have 5 minutes to speak. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing and move forward.
Motion to approve?
Second. I have a motion from Mr. Goodson and a second from Mrs. Lesman. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, may I have the vote, please?
Councilmember Goodson?
Aye.
Councilmember Lesman?
Aye.
Council President Robleski?
Aye.
Councilmember Beer?
Aye.
Councilmember McCay?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson?
Aye.
Thank you. The resolution passes.
Thank
you. Now we have engineering.
All right, tonight I have resolution number 2026-164R, authorizing property acquisition for Royal Drive Extension Project.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion from Mr. McCay and a second from Mr. Jackson. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, may I have the vote, please?
Councilmember McCay?
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson?
Aye.
Council President Robleski?
Aye.
Councilmember Beer?
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson?
Aye.
Councilmember Lesman?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Thank you. The resolution passes. Human Resources.
The first one is ordinance number 2026-151, amending Section 3, Services, Categories, and Probationary Period of the City of Madison Personnel Policies and Procedures. On the 13th, we had our first reading, so this is our second reading. And what this really does is it just creates guidelines for the use of staffing agency employees.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion from Mrs. Lesman and a second from Mrs. White. Any comments or questions?
I think it also limited to 12 months, right, for a temp employee?
Yes, the only way to extend past that is with mayoral approval. And if there is a need, it does give guidance to, look at making that a regular position, and then you have to justify it to the mayor in order to extend the same person in the same position.
Okay.
Excellent. May I have the vote, please?
Councilmember Lesman?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Council President Robleski?
Aye.
Councilmember Beer?
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson?
Aye.
Councilmember McCay?
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson?
Aye.
Thank you. The ordinance passes.
Resolution number 2026-153R, awarding bid number 2026-005-ITB for temporary staffing services to Sonova Strategies. The pricing is equivalent to a percentage markup of 22.25% over applicable hourly employee rates to be paid from individual department budgets. That is about 10% less than what we are currently paying at markup with the current company.
So move.
Second. I have a motion from Mrs. White and a second from Mrs. Lesman. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, may I have the vote, please?
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Councilmember Lesman?
Aye.
Council President Robleski?
Aye.
Councilmember Beer?
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson?
Aye.
Councilmember McCay?
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson?
Aye.
Thank you. The resolution passes.
The last one for me is Resolution Number 2026-159R, authorizing a memorandum of understanding with the Office of the Undersecretary of War for personnel and readiness of the U.S. Department of War to implement Skill Bridge program. I've asked the chief to come up here with me. And so this is a program that put, veterans as they're transitioning out of the military into civilian positions. DOW pays their salary and benefits for the first 6 months. And the idea is we would have that time to train them, and then they would start under our payroll at that point. And it is not limited just to PD and fire. They could be, engineers, administrative, whatever we need.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion from Mrs. Lesman and a second from Mr. Beer. I will just say thank you on behalf of the daughter of a veteran and the wife of a veteran and the mother of hopefully one day a veteran. Thank you for looking out for this community and helping them transition from the military into the civilian sector. Any other comments or questions?
I've seen this in other cities, and it's a really good program, so appreciate y'all putting it forth and support. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you again.
Chief Gandy, want to say anything? Were you supposed to?
Yeah,
I thought you
that's
said
what I was
it.
waiting for.
I don't know.
If you had any questions?
Oh, okay.
As a veteran myself, I mean, to get the opportunity that I did when I got it, really changed my whole life. And if I can do that for somebody else, I would love to have veterans on the police department. They come in with life skills, they come in with discipline that you don't find anywhere else.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Chief. May I have the vote, please?
Councilmember Lesman?
Aye.
Councilmember Beer?
Aye.
Council President Robleski?
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson?
Aye.
Councilmember McCay?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson?
Aye.
Thank you. The resolution passes. Legal.
Good evening. I have a first reading for your consideration this evening. This is ordinance number 2026-165, and by this ordinance, Madison Utilities is requesting the City Council's permission to dispose of MU's exclusive interest in a portion of its property, which you can see up on the screen, and grant an entrance and exit easement to a property owner that's actually landlocked. And this gentleman has apparently been crossing the property for some time, and Madison Utilities just wants to make it official and grant what's called an ingress-egress easement to this property owner for future use. And you can see the area where the easement is proposed up on the screen, and there's a red oval that encircles that area. This is just a first reading, but I'll be glad to take any questions that you have.
We'll see you back in May for it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Planning.
Yes, good evening. Matt Davidson with the Planning Department, subbing in for Mary Beth tonight. We have two items for the planning. The first item is a proposed ordinance number 2026-139 for the vacation of a utility and drainage easement located at 137 Alderwood Drive, which is in the Old Ivy subdivision. The first reading for this item was on April 13th. Staff has reviewed the request, which is to vacate a 10-foot portion of a 25-foot UND easement, and we are recommending approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion from Mrs. White and a second from Mr. Beer. Any comments or questions? May I have the vote, please?
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Councilmember Beer?
Aye.
Council President Robleski?
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson?
Aye.
Councilmember McCay?
Aye.
Councilmember Lesman?
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson?
Aye.
Thank you. The ordinance passes.
And the last item for planning is proposed ordinance number 2026-162, which is also a vacation of a utility and drainage easement located at 109 Hanson Place within the West Haven Phase 3A subdivision. And this is the first reading for this request, so it'll be back to you in May.
Great. We'll see you on May 11th. Thank you, Mr. Davidson. Recreation.
Good evening. I have Resolution 2026-160-R authorizing professional services agreement with Merrimack Academy for the Performing Arts for adaptive fitness instruction. This is part of our special needs program.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion from Mr. Goodson and a second from Mrs. White. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, may I have the vote, please?
Councilmember Goodson?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Council President Robleski?
Aye.
Councilmember Beer?
Aye.
Councilmember McCay?
Aye.
Councilmember Lesman?
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson?
Aye.
Thank you. The resolution passes. Are there any miscellaneous business and announcements?
We're going to add a short update on short-term rentals.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to note for the record that I'm recusing myself at this time.
Thank you, Councilmember White. Can you pass me the tissues, please? Thank you.
Oh, okay, just on here. Okay, so we were going to do a short update just to, there's been a lot of comments on short-term rentals, and the rules of how all of this works in municipal government is Open Meetings Act. So we've done a few work sessions, and the planning department has recently updated their original motion. It was a 5-2 vote to allow short-term rentals under certain conditions in single-family homes. So just want to kind of give an update and let anyone who would like to address each other here or the public in general to have that opportunity. So a couple things that what we're doing is looking at a revised ordinance that would look at where to allow them, obviously if they're in single-family homes, if they're in town neighborhood districts, other areas as well, and then look at a cap. Is there a cap of the number that we would in place? We've seen a similar cap in other cities that would limit it to a set number that has some legal precedence and why you would choose that number, or a percentage cap, different items that way. And then just looking at the pros and cons, I think there was a comment earlier about this not being regulated. So when we look at our ordinance doesn't currently address short-term rentals, which means they're not permitted just by law. But as we put in an ordinance, it does allow us to much easier address any violations, any rules, putting what the regulations in place, the feedback that we've heard for what works and what does not work. So before I kind of go any further, we just, again, because it's an open meetings, we want to give people opportunities to voice any concerns, pro or against the short-term rentals, and any feedback they want to share openly with the council. So just kind of put it out there if anybody wants to share, add any comments to this.
No, but what you can do is email the mayor's office would probably be the best person. Your council member is recusing herself from this topic, and you live in District 6, so I would encourage you to email the mayor's office or our legal staff. And I will mention that in the back, we do have business cards for each council member and for the mayor's office, legal department. Most departments are covered back there, so you can please feel free to send an email. But we don't really offer public comments at this time, but council can engage in a discussion if you would like.
Sure. I'll address some of your earlier comments. I think you had mentioned there not being regulations, and you'd mentioned issues of parties too. So I think when we look at this issue, we look at how do we set up rules and guidelines, regardless of where they're allowed, what you can do, right? So obviously parties are not permitted in short-term rentals by most reputable rental companies. So when we have an ordinance in place, it then allows us to police it, monitor it, and through a business license issue, not renew a business license for someone that has a short-term rental that's violating the policies. And what we did on research was look at what are the pros and cons, what are the negatives. So if there's one of the common complaints is somebody going to the wrong house. So you look at, in an ordinance, it would have that all houses are well maintained on the numbering, so you know where that Airbnb or VRBO or whatever short-term rental is. The other thing we are looking at length is the duration of a short-term rental. Currently, a lot of cities are defined as under 30, could be under 90, could be under 180, so we're also reviewing that. So I think what I would just say in general is we're taking what Planning Commission did, we're taking all the research that we have done, which is extensive, by a lot of members of council, we appreciate that. We're also taking what the city staff does from a legal side and planning side to look at what happens throughout the country, in other cities, and other cities like us to come up with the best proposal for the city of Madison. So if there's no other comments, then that's all I have for this. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Beer. At this time, we will have legal approach, please, to discuss our next step with our executive session.
Good evening, Council President. I ask that the following declaration be reflected in the minutes. As an attorney licensed to practice law in the state of Alabama and as city attorney for the city of Madison, Alabama, it is my opinion that Alabama Code Section 3625A 7A1, which allows the council to enter into executive session, applies to a personnel hearing set for this evening, and that the general reputation, character, professional competence, and job performance of a city employee is at issue. This declaration shall not be deemed to constitute any waiver of the attorney-client privilege.
I move that we enter into executive session for the purpose of such discussion.
Second.
I have a motion from Mrs. Lesman and a second from Mr. Goodson. May I have the roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Lesman?
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson?
Aye.
Council President Robleski?
Aye.
Councilmember Beer?
Aye.
Councilmember McCay?
Aye.
Councilmember White?
Aye.
Councilmember Jackson?
Aye.
Thank you. We are unanimous in that decision, and I would like to announce that I expect this executive session to take between 1 and 2 hours. We will be returning to council chambers at that time for determination. So somewhere between now and 9 o'clock, we will be back. I've asked IT to stay and our city clerk's office to stay. So we will be back in a little bit. Thank you. Good evening. I'd like the record to show that we have returned from executive session at 8:48 PM. I believe I need to take the roll call one more time. May I have the roll call, please?
Council President Robleski,
Here.
Councilmember Beer,
Here.
Councilmember Goodson,
Here.
Councilmember McCay,
Here.
Councilmember Lesman,
Here.
Councilmember White,
Here.
Councilmember Jackson.
Here.
Thank you. We have returned from executive session, and I will entertain a motion.
I move to affirm the mayor's and department head's decision to terminate the employment of the employee whose conduct was the subject of the personnel hearing this evening.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? I would just like to add, we had a very thoughtful, deliberate discussion at the conclusion of all of the evidence and statements by both parties. I personally felt that there were serious errors in judgment, errors that not just put the employee at risk with regard to the specific police chase, but put innocent bystanders, whether the police chase was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 1 o'clock in the morning, in my mind is immaterial. You never know when you're driving to the hospital to have a baby, and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of a police chase, and we've seen tragedy after tragedy in our nation where there have been police chases. I believe that the trust has been broken by the employee with multiple violations of policy, a trust that, in my personal opinion, cannot be redeemed or healed. And I just wanted to share my thoughts with regard to that. Any other comments? May I have the vote, please?
Councilmember Jackson,
Aye.
Councilmember Goodson,
Aye.
Council President Robleski,
Aye.
Councilmember Beer,
Aye.
Councilmember McCay,
Aye.
Councilmember Lesman,
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
Thank you. It passes. May I have a motion for adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much.